Hello, this is a video series for new players trying to get better at Guilty Gear Strive. Today's topic is normals. Normals are attacks your character will do when you press a button. In this game, there are 5 attack buttons: punch, kick, slash, hard slash, and dust. The attacks these buttons will produce will be different depending on your character. However, most normals follow these rules. Punches and kicks will be faster but have shorter range and do less damage on their own. Slash will produce a different attack up close than far away. These are classified as close slash and far slash. Close slash will come out faster, whilst far slash will come out slower but have longer range. Hard slash attacks will generally be the slowest, but they'll have decent range and do the most damage on their own. Dust is the most unique normal. It can be tapped or held. The tapped version is faster and will hit your opponent normally. The held version of Dust is slower, does more damage, and by holding up after hitting your opponent with it, it will launch your opponent upwards, allowing you to land a devastating combo. Both held Dust and tapped Dust are overheads, meaning they have to be blocked high. More on that later. The same buttons will produce different attacks depending on whether your character is standing, crouching, or jumping. For example, this is my punch while standing, this is my punch while crouching, and jumping. Some of these moves will be similar regardless of state, but some will be significantly different. For example, this is my hard slash while standing, this is my hard slash while crouching, and jumping. However, these moves will generally still follow the rules I mentioned before. Crouching Dust is very different from standing Dust, however. This version of Dust will come out faster and hit low. Additionally, jumping Dust will always be different depending on which character you're playing. Dust will always follow those rules. Standing Dust is an overhead, crouching Dust is a low, and jumping Dust is character dependent. Each normal can be categorized one of 3 different ways: a mid, a low, or a high. This has to do with how your opponent will need to block your move. Mids can be blocked standing or crouching. Lows must be blocked while crouching, and highs must be blocked while standing. Most normals are mid. Every character's crouching kick and crouching Dust are lows. Standing Dust is a high for every character, and almost every jumping attack in the game is a high. It's also important to know that when someone calls a move an overhead, it just means that it hits high. Finally, there are no jumping attacks that hit low. You might have seen this type of thing before. This is known as Numpad notation, derived from number pads on keyboards. Let's first understand the letters and then move on to the numbers. The letters are pretty straightforward. They are abbreviations of the attack buttons. For example, P stands for punch, and D stands for dust. Makes sense, right? As far as the numbers go, we must have a look at my keyboard. This is my numpad. We're only interested in these 9 keys. As you can see, some of these number keys have arrows drawn on them. We can equate these to the directions in our D-pad. So if we're trying to figure out what 6P means, 6 represents forward and P represents punch, meaning 6P is forward plus punch. Now let's look at 5P. All the numbers with arrows are surrounding 5, which means 5 is equal to no direction. So 5P is punch while holding no direction. This is important to note, as forward plus punch will produce a different move. If we wanted to notate crouching punch, it would be 2P, as 2 represents down. If we look at a more complicated motion, such as 2-3-6P, what this indicates is we must first hold down, then down plus forward, then forward, and finally press punch. This is what it looks like at full speed. It's important to note that these commands assume your character is on the left side of the screen, which is why I refer to 6 as forward and not right, since to do a 6P on the right side, you have to hold left plus punch. So if you're trying to do a command normal or special move on the right side, you must mirror your inputs. Command normals are unique moves that each character can perform by holding a direction and pressing a specific attack button. For example, this is my punch while standing still, and this is my punch while holding forward. Command normals have more specialized usage than regular normals. Mei's 6K is an overhead, which she can use to test her opponent's reactions. Her 6H covers a large area and it can be held, which turns it into a guard break move, allowing her to keep her pressure going. It's very common to do these by accident. For example, you might try to run in and hit your opponent with a fast kick. But since you're holding forward, you'll get the slower one instead. If you're having this problem, the solution is to let go of the direction you're holding right before you press the attack button. It's important to note that every character shares the command normal of 6P. This is an important move to know since it gives your character upper body invulnerability, making it a great tool for stopping your opponent's aerial approach, as well as making it a good counter poke. Learning all of your character's normals and command normals is crucial for achieving victory, as your best moves are often normals. The last thing I'll go into is Gattlings. Some of your normals can be cancelled into each other or themselves. But before we go into which normals can be cancelled into each other, I'll explain what cancelling is. When you do a normal, there will be a recovery period. As you can see here, when Anji does a close slash, he will swing his fans up, striking his opponent, and then bring his fans back down to return to a standing position. If I press hard slash after I press slash, Anji will start the hard slash animation right after the slash hits, thus skipping the recovery period of slash. That's what I mean by cancelling. Let's go over which normals can be cancelled into each other. Punch can be cancelled into itself, crouching punch, or any command normal. The exception being Axel, who has this instead of a regular punch, and he can only cancel it into command normals. Kick can be cancelled into dust, crouching dust, or any command normal. Additionally, Chip and Melia can cancel their kicks into themselves. Sol, Mei, and Giovanna can cancel their 5K into a dash. Close slash has the most Gatling options. It can be cancelled into far slash, crouching slash, hard slash, crouching hard slash, standing dust, crouching dust, jump, or any command normal. Nagoriyuki is the only exception as he can't cancel his close slash into jump. Sol, Mei, and Giovanna can cancel their close slash into dash. Far slash can only be cancelled into hard slash or crouching hard slash. Note that just because your character can cancel a move into another does not mean it will combo. For example, Anji can cancel his kick into 6H and it does not combo. Similarly, Chip can cancel his kick into 6K and it does not combo. These Gattlings still have a use, but that's a story for another time. Finally, all normals except standing dust can be cancelled into special moves or supers. The only exception to this is Leo, who cannot special cancel his crouching dust. Some command normals can be cancelled into special moves and some can't. It's character specific. Once you understand how your character's normals work, you'll have a clearer direction in battle, and you'll be able to win more games as a result of it. While Gatling cancels seem complicated at first, after messing around with them, they'll become second nature. Like a sword is an extension of the arm to a master swordsman, mastering all your normals means being able to use the right normal for the right situation instinctively. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, as I'll be uploading more Guilty Gear tutorials. If you have any questions or ideas of topics I should cover, leave a comment. And if you happen to catch the video as it came out, I'm live on Twitch. Come say hi.